Okay. Welcome everybody to this very, very special call. Today we're going to be doing something super special, something that is usually just reserved for my soul space community, which is my inner membership. I'm going to be bringing through my channel. So these are my guides. They've introduced themselves before as my star ancestors. I have found, and those who have been in a channel before, let me know your experiences, especially if you've been in one of my channels before, because my experience is that my guides, they can be quite funny, but they're very wise, they're very deep, and they very often blow me away um, with the wisdom that they bring through. How they work with me is they kind of give me their information through blocks of like blocks of energy is the only way I can describe it. I'm present, so I know what's kind of happening as it's happening. I'm not like, I don't disappear. You'll be pleased to know I don't put on like some weird voice. I don't think. I think I sound mainly like me, although I think my cadence is slightly different. Um, but I'm present, so I can hear and I can feel what's happening, and it certainly comes through my filter. But it's not me that's answering the questions. It's coming, if you like, from a wiser or a greater or a higher aspect. Well, I've been having many conversations this year, but in my soul space community, with my private clients, and just in general with just people. And there seems to be this theme coming up that it's been a lot. Give me a one if this is you. Like, this year has just been a lot. There's a lot of distractions. We're in a world now where there's a lot of pull on our time. There's a lot of energy that needs to be expended here and there. And when I asked, well, what's my role in this and what can I do? This is where the coherence codes came in and came through. So the coherence codes. This was my role and this was my part, because as somebody who is really busy, I run a business, I've got my membership soul space, I've got various programs, I have my family, my 3 children, my house, holidays, life, yoga, all the things. I know how important it is to understand where our energy's moving to. And what I found is, depending what we are coherent to will really pull us into certain directions. And when we're coherent to the greater part of us, when we're coherent to our soul, our wisest self, the part of us that can pull us into purpose, well, somehow it makes everything more manageable. I'd love to say that this makes everything disappear that's hard, but that's not true. I would be lying, and then I'll get struck down by lightning. We don't want that. It just makes things bearable. When the kids are going nuts, knowing that, that this too shall pass, it really helps. When there's pressures on your time, knowing this too shall pass, it really helps. It's like we've been working on the concept of tabs. It's like when we've got all of these different things open, energy gets leaks, or it gets wasted, if you like, and we have to then start to conjure up energy from somewhere else. When our soul's in charge, we have access to this infinite amount of energy that comes in and comes through us, and the coherence codes are bringing that through with our very human experience. So this was my role. And as I was putting this experience together, there was an insistence that we do a channel. I also want to say that tonight, for the first time since February, I am opening the doors to Soul Space. So Soul Space is my inner membership community, and this is where my channeling usually lives. It comes in various forms. We do live Q&As with my channel, which I love. My guides are like, we need to do this more, Melissa. So that's coming in more frequently in Soul Space through 2026. Is going to be a major part of what we're doing in Soul Space. So I'm really excited about that. Plus, who's been to one of my channeled meditations? Who loves them? We do those really regularly with portals, and through those potent times, we bring through these channeled meditations. And what makes them so special is that which you'll also experience tonight, they go beyond the words. Yes, I work with the psychotherapeutic and the hypnotherapeutic aspects, but it's the energy, it's the experience that comes through us as we are listening and in the space. And it's also the only place right now where you can get coaching from me, unless you're in my high-end private mentorship, which is currently 33K a year. um Soul Space is the only place right now where you can get private coaching or mentorship for me, and I do that every month, and everyone who turns up gets private space with me in our small group. So that is all open. Those of you who are on my email list will be getting more information, and my diary is open for the next 2 weeks until I go to Thailand. And then when I'm on the plane, that's it. The doors are closing for the until sometime next year. So we've got 2 weeks for you to come and apply. I've put some bonuses together. It's going to be amazing. And next Wednesday, this time next week, I'm going to be doing an end of year channeling for my Soul Space members. So if you join now, you'll get all of that. Okay. So that's what I'm celebrating this evening. By the way, in Soul Space, there is a 12-week experience called the Conscious Channel. So if you like channeling, that is all on the dashboard, available straight away for download. And I talk you through everything that you need to become a conscious channel. And my Yogi T says, those who have found their soul and their self are blessed. That's perfect.
Mine says, let the opportunities come to you.
Okay. And so for those of you watching, I'm calling in my guides. And as I said, I still stay present. I'm still here. I'm just bringing through the higher consciousness and the higher awareness. And I just feel them come in. It's very often from my right side as they begin to take up more space in my vehicle and in my being. And so you can indeed welcome them in with you, for their energy may be coming through me, but they have a omnipresence. And so they are often in connection actually with many of your guides that are here today. So you can just allow for that energy, whatever feels good for you, as I create this sacred space around us all so that you can open up. And this is for whatever time or space that you are watching this, whether this is now live present, whether you are in the room with me, whether you're on Facebook, or whether you're watching this sometime in the future, anywhere that you are. And you can just call in that energy and just let it be. For these words will come through not just through the words that we speak, but also through the energy that sits underneath it. And so you don't feel like you need to grasp on any of our words. You can simply be, and you can relax, and you can enjoy as this transmission comes through. And be as aware of your feelings as you are of what you are taking in cognitively. In fact, it is the feelings and the energetics that surround your body and that live in your body that will receive this information on a yes, deeper way, and will begin to make changes on a cellular level. Now, Melissa has been speaking very much this week about coherence, and those words, the coherence codes, were what she thinks were her clever idea, but they were not. They came through from us as we have been working with her. She will be very pleased to know that the incoherence that she has been experiencing in her life, where she has been feeling that she has been pushed and pulled in many, 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 she would say even more many directions, that we have been working with her so that she can learn how to keep pulling back. And we do this with her because we know that this is something that is very common on Earth. And her, part of her anyway, life's mission is to find that centeredness and to find that guidance. And you may have noticed that she has she is getting to good grips with that, even if sometimes she may argue that this is not true. And we say this because we know that many of you listening, in fact, the majority of you listening, not all, but the majority of you listening and receiving these words right now will feel a familiarity with that. You feel too like you have been pulled in many, many directions, and that your focus and your attention is not on the things that you wish. And we will tell you that this was we're going to call it a choice, because it is always a human choice in one way or another, even if you are not coherent and conscious of what that is. But they are all invitations for you to come in and to grow that centeredness. That feeling that you have of this cannot be right, that feeling that you have of this feels like I'm in the wrong direction, that feeling of heaviness, that feeling of stress, that feeling of anxiety are in fact your body's way of reminding you that there is a path that is true for you. No, that is highest for you, because you can never really take the wrong path. There are always diversions and forks in the road that can take you on little, sometimes fun and sometimes not so, detours. Yet all of these experiences that you have that feel too much, or feel as if they are too hard, or feel as if they are not yours, those ones that feel like, why on earth am I doing this? These are all reminders of you that there is another way, that there is another way, and that there always is another way. And we ask you this because I know, and I hear some of you now saying, well, I often feel alone. I often feel like I have to do it all myself. I often feel like this is my thing, and I do not know what I'm doing, and I do not know how to do it, and I do not know where to go or what to do in any given moment. And we ask you, when do you ask for our help? Because we are always here. When we say we, for Melissa, we speak of her guides in particular. And for you, we are speaking about your teams of evolution, your teams of growth. And for many of you, these are the angelic realm. For most of you here, the star beings are very present. Do not forget your ancestors. And there are, in fact, a majority, a group, a legion of higher, we will call them energies, intelligences, that are here and available for you. But we ask you, how often do you ask? How often do you call us in? And how often are you more reliant on your experience and your physical brain, and nowadays your artificial intelligence, to tell you what to do? These are all fine, and these will all lead you somewhere, but they are the longer roads, they are the harder roads. And sometimes you think that, well, this is mine, so I need to do it. Yes, but all of these challenges and all of these diversions are expansion and growth opportunities. You could imagine your energy field like a vessel, and the more that you challenge yourself and the more hard aspects that you go through, that you may feel as if they are constrictions of your energy. What is really happening is your vessel is expanding and the space within it is contracting. As you move into your mind, as you move into having to do everything myself, having to, I should know what to do, having even to use your artificial intelligence to fill in the blanks and fill in the dots, the energy that comes flowing through your now larger vessel is constricted, and so it feels uncomfortable. It feels as if you are being suffocated in your own body. This is not a bad analogy. This is not wrong, because your vessel is indeed expanding with every what you would call hard moment, with every time you are experiencing something that is mm, mm, difficult in your human terms. And the potential is that as you ask for help, as you, this is a popular word, surrender into this higher power, better to say, as you know that we are here and that we are available to you, then you open up the funnel in your vessel so that more of our energy can move through you. This feeling of suffocation that you are feeling, this feeling of restriction that you are feeling, is in fact the old you not taking up as much space in the larger vessel. And so this can be proof of your expansion. This is, after all, your true purpose of life, is to know yourself and to expand, to grow, to evolve, to become. Yet your human mind is so concerned with doing things right, is too concerned with keeping yourself as you were. Your soul, your guides, us that are here to mm, mm, help, assist, grow with you, are more concerned with your potential. And we know, and Melissa knows quite how frustrating it can be when you are held in such high potential, because there's so many parts of you that feel like you cannot do it. But you cannot do it. You cannot do it alone. That you were never supposed to do it alone. You hear, all of you, every single one of you here that is listening to this, even those of you who are stumbling upon this by accident and wondering what on earth is going on in this moment, you are here to evolve. You are here to bring more of your soul, your spirit, your higher self, your higher intelligence through you. And so those experiences that you are having that feel as if they are diverting you are all invitations into your growth. Every single one, an invitation into your growth. And the more you let us in, the more you ask for our help, the more space you create for a opening into divine wisdom, into surrender, into knowing, into trust, whatever this is for you. For some of you, you like the idea of us being guides and as other beings with eyes and nose and mouth and hands and feet, which not all of us have, but we know that we appear often to you like that. But having these beings, these faces that you can connect to, feels good. For some of you, it is the stars. For some of you, it is the universe. For some of you, it is the creator. And truth is that, yes, we all have our own frequencies, but whichever energy you connect to, whichever of these higher intelligences that you choose to invite in, we can funnel our wisdom and our guidance through. We will always come in a way that feels right for you. There is no right way. There is no, and we answer this specifically to a couple of you who are here in this moment asking this question in your mind somewhere. There is no hierarchy of guides. It is not important to us whether you refer to us as the star beings, or you refer to us as the angelics, or you refer to us as God, or you refer to us as Christ, or you refer to us as Buddha, or you refer to us as the divine, or you refer to us as the bodhisattvas, or you refer to us as the deities. Yes, we all have a different frequency. We are all part of a harmonic, and the one that you resonate with, the one that you trust, the one that feels as if they are most connected to you is exactly the right route for you to take. For this is the funnel, the frequency, the channel, the line, the direct dial into the divine, which then opens up the flow of the light that you have been searching for. And so we ask you to simply dial. We ask you to dial into the highest lights. And in fact, we invite you to do this now. We invite you to connect with the being, with the star. We feel there are many of you, and we would like to give you the analogy of the star, the guiding star. And we invite you right now to connect in with your guiding star, your North Star, your highest star, and just see it, feel it, imagine it, know it, call it in. For in this star, it contains the frequencies of the highest light source that is available to you now. Very good. As you imagine this star, we invite you to bring through the energy as if it is coming through a funnel down through the ethers into your crown, and let it move all the way over your head and around the body. Let it soothe and let it smooth. Let it release and take a breath. Let it go around your body, around this spherical egg that sits around you. Let it soothe like a balm. And then let it move through the crown of your head. You realize that there is nothing that you need to ask of the star. The star knows exactly what to do. And just let it move down through the body. It knows exactly where to go. Let it move all the way down through the spine, your beautiful spine. If you knew how much of an antenna your spine was, you would all take very good care of your spine. There is much magic in the spinal energies. And just let it move down. And maybe you are aware or not that as you reach the base of the spine, the energetic, the etheric spine continues and moves all the way down through between the legs, all the way into the earth, and continues to move down into what you may know as the Earth Star. This is another spherical star that sits below your feet. And this is your connection into your life's path, this life's path, this particular path for this life. And so now you sit here, lie here, stand here, connected star to star, star to star. And we invite you to come into awareness of the vessel, of the funnel. Notice the size, where you feel your boundaries are. Notice the size, where you feel your physical and energetic boundaries are. See it, feel it, know it, experience it. And then notice for us how much of the space you, true you, this light of you, is taking up really. How much of this space is allowed to be taken up by your true light. Please know we are not shaming you. We are doing the opposite. This is very good awareness. And then you can notice what happens when you allow yourself to surrender to all of the tasks, all of the shoulds, all of the to-dos, all of the experiences that you have on your mind and on your shoulders, and indeed in your spine. If you allow for this light to expand to them, we do not need to get rid of them. We do not need to empty out this vessel. What happens if you simply let the true light of you take up more space? This is very good. We see that for some of you, you were at around Some actually at 8%. Many between 20 and 40, which is very good for human, very good for human. And some of you longer, so larger. Some of you have more space taken up. And this is not how evolved you are, or how great you are, or how anything you are. This is simply awareness and simply knowing. And we see and feel that for all of you here now, you have expanded that by 1 or 10 or 20 or even 50%. Ask yourself what would happen if you allowed 100% of your light to come through and fill the vessel. Would you allow 100% of your light to come through to fill you up? You do not have to come to 100. This is your human choice. This is your free will. And so find the percentage, the number that feels right and good for you. And we invite you to allow in 1% more, 1% more. Even if you are at 100, you can still bring in 1% more. Notice what happens. And you can dwell in that for this channel, this moment, this now. In fact, you may dwell in this as you walk through your life. We will never abandon you. We will never abandon you. We will never abandon you. It matters not what you have done. In fact, the harder you are finding life, the more we can help you. And we adore to help you. We adore to help you. Our sole purpose is to assist you and to help you, not to tell you what to do. You could take our 100% and say, no, this is not for me. And we would respect and honor that. And we would still love you and we will still come for your help. We honor you. There is nothing you need to do except to ask and allow. It brings us joy. It lifts our frequency. In fact, it helps us to live and grow in our soul's path. And so by you requesting our help, calling upon us, you do not only grow yourself, you also help us grow. This is why we are here. This is often a question that gets asked. Well, why are the star beings? Why are they here to help Earth? Why do they want to help me? Oh, I don't want to be a pain. Oh, I don't want to be too busy. Oh, surely they've got other better things to do. No. You are the best thing that we do. And we honor you. We are here for you. And all the time that you want to do it alone, we witness you. And we cheer you on. And we send you love. And as soon as you ask for help, we are here. We are here. And notice how you feel and hear those words. What happens in your vessel. Maybe another 1, 2, 5% grows, deepens, opens. I wonder how wonderful life could be with your light and ours. You will always be in charge. You are the charge. We are here as your support. Always here. You do not need to do this alone. And so, with that in mind, we know that there were questions that have come from this group. And so, Michelle, welcome here, Michelle, beautiful Michelle. We ask you to choose a question perhaps that has come tonight or from earlier, and we invite all of you here to place any questions that you may have. We are delighted to serve today.
Okay, hello. The first question we're going to ask is, what is the next aligned step for someone who knows they're here to guide others, but is currently in the void, doing the inner work, building the foundation, but not yet seeing the results?
You are in the perfect place. The void is where the expansion happens. The void is where the void is often described as the dark. And you can imagine that when the light comes in to the pitch black, the light is piercing and the light is bright, which is often why it can feel overwhelming, because you could imagine it as if when we enter this, that we must enter behind sunglasses or behind a cloak. Because if you were to experience us in that darkness, it may feel as if it is blinding. And so we invite you to be and to dwell in the void and to get curious about where it is that your highest guidance wishes to take you, because it seems to me that often this human condition, we shall say, is that you go digging and searching for more darkness when you are in the void. I must go and find all of the darkness. I must find more darkness. I must dig out the darkness. I must understand everything that is wrong with me so that I can make everything right with me. No. You take one thing and you simply invite in the light. You simply invite in the light and you keep on doing the work. You do not need to keep on digging. We promise you that as you are in the light, the shadows will reveal themselves one at a time. It has been I will use the word trick to keep you in this space of dissent. It is not always healthy. Yes, there are times for it, and yes, there are moments. And in fact, in this, for many of you, for most of you who are listening to this right now, you are in your winter time, and this can be a very good time for you to go within, but you do not need to dig up the darkness. We invite you to follow the light, to follow the joy, to follow the reason why you found yourself in the void in the first place, because you may discover that as you are digging and searching, that there is a lightness somewhere, that you peek over there and you see a little speck. And we ask you to follow it even before you feel ready, because this vessel that you are in wants to keep on expanding, and you cannot see what is on the other side of it whilst you are still in it. And so your job is to step forward. And whether that step forward is to share with somebody what it is that you have been doing, to share your fears, to share your desires, to share your words. And the simple thing to ask is, where is my soul leading me next? Where is my soul leading me now? Where is my soul wanting to express now? And as you ask that question, you will receive an answer. And so we ask for the questioner to ask themselves that question. What is it that I am invited to do now? What is it that my soul wishes for me to do now? And whatever the answer, which may be something very obscure, as our host here will tell you, that so often we love to talk in riddles and to our host thinks sometimes that they are little detours, but we love to speak in that, and this is all cultivating trust. This is all cultivating trust. If we say to you, or you have the feeling to go out and to go for a walk, go out and go for a walk. If you have the feeling to pick up your telephone and to go live on Facebook, then you go live on Facebook. If you have the feeling that you have just thought of a friend you reach out to the friend and say, hello, I was thinking of you, even though it was 13 years since we last saw each other. For every time you do this, you are cultivating this trust and cultivating this relationship. And each time you are trusting and you are seeing and you are noticing that there is no wrong step. But the nature of being human, or of being a soul-led human, is movement. The nature is movement. And there is time for stillness first. You will know where to move and where to step by simply spending a moment every day, and even multiple times a day, just sitting and being and listening, tuning in to the body, tuning in to the mind, noticing what is present, and then asking, what does my soul want to express now? What does my soul need now? And then do it. Your soul will not tell you what you need now if you are meant to do it in 3 weeks' time. Your soul will tell you what you need to do now. And we invite you to do it now. Now, we will say this. This sounds very easy, and this is certainly a relationship and a conversation that needs to continue, and you will, and you all have the ability to have this conversation with this part of you, for your soul knows you very well. The soul is not separate from you. The soul will certainly speak in your language. And sometimes it can be very difficult to know, well, what is my soul telling me? I do not know. Is this my soul? Is this my head? Is this my heart? Is this my belief? Is this my condition? Is this my parents? What is this? I do not know what this is. How do I know it is my soul? And this is your job. This is part of your growth. You sit and you notice what is present. You sit, what you notice you are feeling. You go through the codes that we have shared with you, and you tune in and you say, what is happening right now? What is present for me? What is in front of me right now? What is here in this moment? Because this moment is not separate. This moment is not a coincidence. This moment is the map of everything that you have done up until now. This moment right now shows you very clearly about where your energy has been spent. And so this is the first step, tune in. And then we ask, we align, what now? What do I need? What am I aligning to? Is this my fear? Is this my condition? Is this my past? Is this my small self? You ask, and then you call in the soul. Soul, what do I do? What do I know? Where do I go? Who do I speak with? How do I do it? You ask the soul, you develop this relationship, and you will learn the difference. And your body, your beautiful body, your spine, your vessel, will always give you the signals. And as you sit with your body more and become more comfortable and learn its language, well, then the soul and the selves and the body all come into alignment. And then this becomes clearer. And so the simple answer is you ask, you stop, you receive, and then the hardest bit, you go do it.
Mhm.
Does this answer your question?
Yes. Yes, it does. Good, Elena. We have another question here. How do we hold the faith when life is lifing and the current reality is the polar opposite of our dreams and desires?
This is great information. This is wonderful information. This tells you where you have been aligning to. This tells you where your growth opportunities are. This tells you that this is the invitation of what it is that you are now transmuting. This tells you this is the contrast. This is the opposite. This is the fuel for your fire into your light. This is what is happening now. I do not like it. Rather than trying to resist it and rather than trying to scold it, and we must say, rather than trying to shame yourself for finding yourself here, you look at this in curiosity and say, look where I am. Look how people respond to me. Look what people expect of me. Look at my bank balance. Look at how I show up. Look at how I feel with this person or with this situation or in this space. And you sit and you look and you notice and you simply ask yourself, where did this come from? What decisions did I make that got me here? And again, we do not scold, we do not shame. This was not wrong. This was perfectly perfect. This was exactly where you were needed to be to help you know how strong your desires are. You can use this to either shame you, which we will tell you will only take you further away from your desires, or you can take it as the fuel and the rocket that it is to move you into the step. This is what I do not want. I took this decision from my small self. I took this decision from an ancient or an older or even a yesterday part of me, and the new me, the one that has these desires, the one that wants to make a difference in the world, that one that wants to live a life of peace or comfort or abundance or joy or adventure, would make another decision. I wonder what that would be. I wonder what that would be. And you will receive an answer. I wonder what that will be. And your job is to go and do that thing. Your job is to go and to take that, and it may be, maybe your future rich self would go and book a first class ticket to the other side of the world, and your bank balance says, no, we cannot do that. But what is it about the first class ticket around the world? Oh, it's adventure. Oh, it's luxury. Oh, it's this feeling of being looked after and supported. So you go and find a way of cultivating that for yourself. How can I have an adventure? I can go out of my back garden. I can put on my favorite outfit. I can make myself look beautiful. I can speak with a friend who always makes me feel like I am looked after and wanted. And you cultivate that experience. The desires that you have are not anybody else's unless you have conditioned yourself into thinking that's what you want. For those of you who are asking questions like this in this space, you are moving more towards a mission desire than through a conditioned desire. Now, we must say that this is not 100%. We would say that it is about 70-30, that maybe there's 30% of your desires which are not from soul. They are not fully, they're not wrong. You may have them. The first class tickets to around the world are not wrong. They just aren't necessarily a soul desire. And so the first thing to do, notice where you are. This is where I am. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. Notice where you are resisting this, for the more you resist it, the more it will persist. There is a reason why this is a saying, apart from just the way that it sounds so beautiful in our host's mouth. And it is true, what you resist persists. So be in there and find the joy that is already there. Find the opportunities that are already there. And then take the dream and ask yourself, is this my dream? Ask yourself where this has come from. Ask yourself what difference it will make. In fact, we invite you to do this now. We invite all of you to do this now, for you all here have a desire which may be different from what you are experiencing in your life. And so we want you to take a moment just first to just notice where you are. Maybe it is the thing that has been pressing upon you today or this week or this month. The thing that has been making you feel not so soul and certainly more human. And just let it be there. No shame. No pushing away. Just let it be there. And you ask yourself, what choice did I make? What belief did I hold? What version of me brought this into my present reality? We are not scolding. We are not judging. But as this memory comes to mind, we invite you to show it compassion. For that version of you is doing what it knew. And that version of you brought you here. And so bring that compassion, love, I love you, gratitude. And if you cannot experience that, curiosity, please. And then let it be. Hold it in a sphere. Know that this is not you. Know that this experience is not you. It is simply a snapshot of a reality that you are experiencing. And so place it in a sphere, place it in a bubble of light and see it in space. See it in space and just let it be. If it feels like it is very close to you, at the tip of your nose or even closer, just allow it some space. You can use your breath to just blow it slightly further than you so that you can look at it at its different angles. And then we invite you to bring in the dream. Invite you to bring in the dream. This thing that has been pressing upon you. And bring it in. Notice where this sits in space. Is it further or closer? Is this at the tip of your nose or does it feel far away? And wherever it is, you can bring it to a space where you can see it, feel it, look at it, taste it, touch it. Let it be there. Let it be at least equal, if not more present than the thing that has been pressing upon you. And let's ask it, is this led by soul? Is this desire part of my mission? Is this part of where I am drawn to be going? You can ask it that and you will receive an answer. It may not be the one you like, but you will receive an answer. And if the answer is no, you can ask it, if soul were leading this, if soul were leading this, what would be different? And perhaps the color, the shape, the size, the symbols change slightly. We remind you this is your choice. You do not have to do anything we say. In fact, we tell you do not do what we say. You do what you wish. But you can play with this for now. And as you tune into this sphere, which now has your soul imprint within it, what happens when you let yourself really experience it? What decisions do you make? What choices? What strategy do you follow that brings you into this version of your reality? For it's there. We understand it is not in three-dimensional earth reality yet, but it's there. If you can see it, if you can perceive it, if you can know it, it's there. And so we invite you to make it vivid. We invite you to speak its words. We invite you indeed to share it with your guides, with your friend, with your trusted guide in human form, and to share it from the heart with someone. Oh, we can do this. If this feels aligned, play with us. If not, you can just watch and bring this into your experience another time. Take this sphere and imagine it at the top of your head, of your physical head. Imagine this sphere at the top of your physical head. And I invite you now to bring it down the body. Imagine this sphere coming into the crown. Imagine it coming into the crown and just let it be at the crown. Let it move into the third eye and let your vision come in. Let your vision come in. Let this form part of your inner vision. What do you see? What do you notice? What do you experience from this area of this all-knowing space? Let it move down into the throat. Let it move down into the throat, and what words want to be expressed? What words want to be expressed from this sphere through you? Say those words out loud if this is appropriate for you now. Whisper them or say them in your mind. Or do all three if that feels good. What words want to be spoken? How do you articulate? And what is different now? Say it as if it is yours, as it experiences in your body. And then move it down and move it down and move it down into the heart. As it moves down into the heart, imagine this being shared with the world. Imagine this energy of give and take. Imagine as you give this, what you receive. Imagine how, as you let this out, what comes back. And infuse it with the love of your heart. Infuse it with the love of your heart. And notice how when you share it out into the world, through the vision, through the voice, and now through the heart, what comes back to you? And notice too if you are open to receiving this. Notice too if you are open to receiving what will come out. And if the answer is no, this is good information. Just invite it to come through like an infinity to whatever degree, 10%, 50%, 100%. As I give, when I receive, as my dream comes into reality, infused with love. And then you move it down into your solar plexus. And as you move it into this space, let it merge in with your power. Let it merge in with your inner fire. Notice how that fuels you. Notice how when this is in your field and it is connected with this inner fire, notice how the energy moves through the body. Notice how not only does it empower you, but it empowers your goals. Let it be fed by the flames of you. See yourself, feel yourself, know yourself, holding it in power and holding it in strength. And then as it moves down past the belly button and into the sacral, it meets your creative juices. It sits there in the bowl of you. And you allow for your creative force to shine through it. Notice how this vision changes. Notice how this vision expands as it forms into physical form, as it begins to merge with your creative knowings, with your skills, with your talents, with your passions, with your desires. How does it change form? What do you add to it? How are you alchemizing it? How is this idea coming through you different now that it's yours, in your hands? And then it drops into your base. Notice first how safe you feel, this being yours before it enters the world. Notice how much you have claimed it. Notice how much you say, this is mine and I am here to birth this now. Notice. Let it fill with that knowing, with that anchor of you, as it's moved now all the way down through your energy centers and through your sacred spine. And if you feel ready, you allow it to birth this sphere, this ball now as it's come through your vision and your expression and your love and your power and your creativity. Do you feel true and safe and ready to birth this into the world? Let this move down and let it move into your earth star. down your legs, so it empowers your feet, it empowers where you move into the Earth Star, which you may not know is your anchor in the earth and is your ability to connect in with all the other earthlings, with all of the resources of the earth. So let it be. Let it switch on your Earth Star and let it send that light down through the mycelium network, through the roots of the trees, through the soil and the rivers and the lakes and the crystal, through all of the insects and the bacteria that burrow beneath, for this all forms your life force here on Earth. And let that vision live in your Earth Star, knowing that you can pull it up just with the thoughts. And don't forget, we are here. What would you have me do? What would you have me say? To whom? What would my mission, my soul, my purpose ask of me now? And then, as we said, you do it. You go ahead and do it. It really is that simple. And so you can come back into your body, or you can sit and dwell in your desires. We will never take you away from that. And we hope this answers your question.
Yes, thank you. And there's another question about how to share the message, especially if they don't like to be out on social media, and sometimes the world is just too much. I know a lot of us feel that, but what's the best way to share the message?
Through your heart. The best way to share the message is through your heart. And we say that this process that we just gave you is your best way to share your message, because it will bring through all of your imprints into the message that you want to receive. Now, there is more to this, because yes, the world is noisy, yes, the world is loud, and you nowadays here, as we approach 2026 in your human years, is the busiest time that you have ever had. It is the easiest time to communicate, and also in many ways the hardest way to communicate, because it feels very noisy. And we'll tell you this, that the airwaves are very noisy. Your choice becomes whether or not you want to be part of the sound of the harmonic, if you believe it is important enough for your voice, your frequency to join this, or not. Again, we will never tell you what to do. However, if you have a message and you have a mission, it will never be actualized if it stays stuck in your throat. Now, this experience that we just gave you with the sphere, we encourage you to play with this, because some of you may have noticed that it got stuck in one of the places, that maybe in the higher ones it became easier, or maybe in some of the lower ones it seemed to flow better, but somewhere maybe it felt stuck or blocked or diverted or sticky in that space. And so again, these are the invitations that as you bring them in, you bring through your highest guidance, you bring through, if you like, you could call them healing frequencies, we could call them harmonics, we could call them guidance, for some of you prefer to receive it that way. And we remind you that this is an invitation for your growth. We'll say this, your message does never have to come out through social media. There is many, many, many ways that life can share messages. However, it must be expressed. And so we invite you, particularly to the person who has asked this, and at least another 12% of people who are watching this, we invite you to start with whispering it. Whisper the message. Whisper the message out loud in the privacy of your home. Let this message be used to coming out through the softness of your voice. And every day you spend some time, only a couple of your precious minutes every day, just speaking this into being. And every day, let it come louder. Every day, let it come louder. Every day, let it come bigger. Perhaps you repeat it more. Perhaps you notice it has more passion in it. Perhaps you notice that the words begin to change. Perhaps you experience that it has different colors or shapes or sigils that move around it. Perhaps you create it into its own symbol. But we invite you to begin with where you are. Begin with the softness, begin with the whisper. Let it become louder. And then for you, tune into your heart. For you, tune into your heart and ask your heart, what would you have me do? Where would you have me share this message? And to whom? And reach out. Message the person. Call them. Write it on a post-it note and leave it on a table in a cafe. Speak to a friend about it. Go and visit a local hall and invite for that message to be shared. Go and stand in the corner of a park and share it with a megaphone. We invite you to share the message and start where you are. Begin with the whispers. Write it down. Let it get louder. Let it feel safe on your tongue. And then bring you into your heart. Your heart will not lead you wrong. Your message, we assure you, now wants to be shared. And it is your choice. It is your choice, yes, if you are willing to let for your light, your sound, your note to break through the noise that you often experience, because we assure you, if every single heart-led, soul-led, mission-led human on the planet all spoke their truth and in love and through the process we gave you, that noise would become the most beautiful symphony that your ears had ever experienced. And so we encourage you, for this is what we hear from where we are. And we know that this symphony is currently in the making, and we are excited and devoted into this orchestra becoming its most clear and pristine and alive version that we know is coming.
Thank you so much. Now that's 55 minutes. So you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Are there any other questions? There's none in the chat here. I've asked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Amazing.
we say thank you so much for coming here today, and we hope that you play with this new tool that we have given you of this sphere in your heart. We can see from where we are, we can see and feel your spheres all now dancing around the universe, and we see how you may not know this yet, here you watching, that these spheres are interconnected in some way, and as one of you rises, so will they all. And so we send our blessings and our light to each and every single one of those visions. And we look forward to assisting you as you bring those into your material world. We hope that light continues to follow you, and that this year you find the peace and the love and the harmony that we know is available to you in every single moment of every single day. And we thank you for your presence and your energy, and particularly to you, Michelle, for holding this space for us this evening. We look forward to connecting with you again at some time soon. It has been a pleasure to be in all of your company. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Soul space is open. If this is the kind of thing you like to hang out doing, you like to have questions like this answered, you like to be in a space where your soul does lead the way, and your human self is honored. You know, I took my psychotherapy diploma because I'm like, I need to understand the dance between soul and human, because it definitely is. Then Soul Space is the place for you. So send me a DM. I've got some of my members here and available as well. I'm sure some of them would be happy to chat with you if you're wondering whether this is the right place for you. I'm keeping it open for like just under 2 weeks. So there's no pressure. And I've got a call tomorrow, and we've got another call in a week. So if you want to be in for that, then that's there and that's available. My inbox is open, my diary's open. I will send that out to you, those of you in Coherence Codes or on my mailing list. Um you will get an email with my diary entry in tomorrow. I just saw a question in here. Do I remember what I've channeled? Yeah, I remember bits. I don't remember the whole thing, but like I said, like I'm there and I kind of see it. So I'm present. But I don't always remember the words that I said, but I remember I don't know what to call it, the block of information that came. So with the sphere, it's like I they basically started to plonk it down my head. I was like, well, this is cool. And they started to plonk it that, like, not plonk it, but like place it in. Um so yeah, so I remember those bits, but I'll watch it back. And tomorrow will be our final code where you're gonna absolutely love, and I'm gonna drop a meditation in there as well. And on Sunday we've got our final call. It'll be the same time, same link, 7:30. If you're watching this on Facebook and you're like, I need to get in on this, send me a message. I'll send you the link. This experience is all free and available to you. And yeah, Soul Space is open for the first time since February. Like, what have I been doing all year? Um, okay. Thank you. And Michelle, thank you, thank you. Thank you for coming. You're amazing. Thank you, everybody. Bye, 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 bye.